Before I go on in this video right here, I just had something to come to my mind. And the question is this. We know that the powers that be, they create false, phony money. Yet and still, we know that this false, phony, fake money or currency is used worldwide to purchase goods and services. How much of this money that's created out of thin air, how much of it are you willing to take in order to step on and over your fellow American? How much are you allowed to, or will you allow yourself to dissent and to allow your own people to become your enemy in order to satisfy the greed of the corporations? I mean, we see that. We don't have our police they're not for the American people. You saw that with the Occupy Wall Street movement. You see that the country is eroding right before our very eyes. And you're watching people, because there's no jobs, you're watching people, and I'm going to go back to this movie again, just like in Braveheart. You're watching people who have no jobs, who work for the system, oppress those who are their fellow countrymen, who are just doing whatever they can to get by. And you're watching a lot of these people opt into the system of Edward Longshanks to oppress fellow Americans. And we've become so much of a greedy country and a greedy nation that we don't care that if the corporations or the government is going to print phony money out of thin air and it's going to line our pockets and fill our pockets, we don't care what it does to our neighbor. Do you see the reason why there won't be a revolution in the United States of America? You know, a lot of people have hope for it and stuff, but hey, if you paid attention to these protests that has been going on all across the world, you've watched people all across the world fight back, and Americans ain't got a lick of fight in them, except when they join the corporate military, and then they're willing to go die for the corporations in another land on foreign soil, who has never done anything to you or I whatsoever at all. They tell us, of course, we always find out that their information is false and phony and fake. I said all that to say this. Will you also sell out because you haven't prepared? Will you kill your fellow American? Will you step on your fellow American? Will you oppress your fellow American? Will you enslave your fellow American in order to satisfy the greed and the lust of the corporations? How long are you going to continue to keep working for a jacked up medical system? How long are you going to keep continually working for a jacked up legal, so-called legal system? There's nothing legal or lawful about it. Will you be a lawyer or police, man or woman? How long are you going to continue to keep working for all these corporations? You see, if you was wise, you make preparations now, learn how to live simple, because whether we like it or not, there's a crossfire from hell that's getting ready to start happening in this country. I mean, it's already, it's been developed. It's already been developed. And the people who own the corporation, they're going to continue to keep setting up in their sealed homes, and they're going to watch this massacre take place right here in the United States of America, because they're finished with this country. You notice the powers that be that finished with this country. They're concentrating on Canada. They're concentrating on the European nations, and they're exploiting everything else because it's all about them. And of course, now we go back to what the Bible says. See, this is about nation. And you have to understand that American is a melting pot of different people coming from all different types of nations. And America wasn't in the beginning of history, and it sure as hell is not going to be in the end of history. So therefore, we are a non-entity. We are null, nil, and void. And it's a sad shame. It's a sad shame. One thing you're going to do is you're going to stop going to these sun god worshiping churches on Sunday, being entertained, duped, and deceived, and really really truly develop a passion for real truth. And if you want some real truth, you want to check out preachers like me who are telling you the truth, who are not going to tell you what you want to hear, but it's going to be the truth. That way you'll have options laid at the table.